David J. Schwartz opens with a powerful premise. Success is not determined by the size of one's brain, but by the size of one's thinking. This revolutionary concept challenged conventional wisdom and remains profoundly relevant today. The book was inspired by observing an average-looking salesman named Harry who earned 5 times more than his peers. When asked what made Harry exceptional, the answer was simple. Harry thought 5 times bigger. He possessed no superior intelligence, education, territory, or work ethic, only bigger thinking. Schwartz emphasizes we are products of our environment and thinking. Much of our world pulls us towards second-class street, telling us opportunities are limited. We're too old or young, we lack talent. However, the truth is opposite. First-class avenue isn't crowded. There are countless vacancies for people who dare think big. Chapter 1. Believe UCANSUCCED and you will core principle. Belief generates power. Success begins with genuine belief that something can be accomplished. When you truly believe, your mind activates to find ways and means. Belief is practical psychology, not magical thinking. When you believe I can do it, the attitude generates power, skill, and energy needed to accomplish it. The how to do it comes to those who believe they can do it. Conversely, disbelief produces opposite effects, attracting reasons to support failure and creating self-fulfilling prophecies. The two foremen of your mind is a thought factory with 2 foremen, Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat. Mr. Triumph manufactures positive thoughts about why you can succeed. Mr. Defeat produces negative thoughts about why you'll fail. Both are obedient to signals you send. The more work you assign either, the stronger he becomes. The solution: fire Mr. Defeat. Use Mr. Triumph 100% of the time. Developing belief. 3 essential guides. 1. Think success, don't think failure. Replace failure thinking with success thinking. When facing difficulties, think I'll win, not I'll probably lose. I will succeed. Your master thought. 2. Remind yourself regularly that you are better than you think. Successful people are ordinary folks who develop head belief in themselves. Most people practice self-deprecation, focusing only on weaknesses. Never sell yourself short. 3. Believe big. The size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. Think little goals and expect little achievements. Think big goals and win big success. Big ideas are often no more difficult than small ideas. The difference lies in thinking. Chapter 2. Cure yourself. OFEXUSITAS. The failure disease. Understanding the disease excusitis is a mind-deadening thought disease manifesting through endless excuses. I'm too old. I'm not smart enough. My health is bad. I have bad luck. More successful a person, the less inclined they are to make excuses. Those who have gone nowhere have extensive catalogs of reasons explaining their lack of advancement. Remarkably, all excuses mediocre people make could also be made by successful people. But they don't. The 4 most common forms: health EXUSITAS. My health isn't good. Everyone has something physically wrong. Yet successful people don't use health as a barrier willy authors do. The difference isn't physical condition, it's attitude. A right attitude and 1 arm beats a wrong attitude in 2 arms every time. 4 ways to lick health excusitis. 1. Refuse to talk about your health. The more you discuss ailments, the worse they seem. Success-minded people defeat the tendency to discuss health chronically. 2. Refuse to worry about your health. Dr. Walter Alvarez noted 3 of 4 hospital beds contain people with emotionally induced illness. Worry often produces the very illness feared. 3. Be genuinely grateful. Your health is as good as itis. Instead of complaining, be grateful. Gratitude is powerful vaccination against developing new issues and pains. 4. Remind yourself, it's better to wear out than rust out. Life is meant to be lived fully. Don't pass up living by thinking yourself into a hospital bed. Intelligence EXUSITAS. You've got to have brains to succeed. Intelligence excusitis affects perhaps 95% of people. Most make 2 errors. 1. They underestimate their own brain power. And 2. They overestimate others' brain power. Critical truth. What matters isn't how much intelligence you have, but how you use what you do have. The thinking that guides your intelligence is much more important than raw brain power. A person with IQ 100 and positive attitude will earn more, win more respect, and achieve more than someone with IQ 120 but negative attitude. Stickability, persistence to see something through, accounts for 95% of ability. Einstein knew how many feet were in a mile. He didn't care. Why fill my brain with facts I can find in 2 minutes in a reference book? He understood thinking is more important than fact warehousing. 3 ways to cure intelligence excusitis. 1. Never underestimate your own intelligence or overestimate others. Don't sell yourself short. 2. Remind yourself daily, my attitudes are more important than my intelligence. Practice positive attitudes. See reasons why you can do something. 3. Remember, thinking ability matters more than fact memorization. Use your mind to create ideas and find better ways. Age excusitis. I'm too old or too young. It's remarkable how few feel they're just right age-wise. This excuse has locked the door to real opportunity for thousands, a cure for age excusitis. Productive life spans approximately ages 20-70, 50 years total. At 40, you've used only 40% of productivity hours. You still have 30 years remaining. A 45-year-old relative desperately wanted to be a minister. Everyone said he was too old, but he enrolled in a 5-year ministerial program. 5 years later, Hugh was ordained with 20 productive years ahead. He reflected, if I hadn't decided at 45, I'd have spent the rest of my life growing old and bitter. Cure for age excusitis. 1. Look at your age positively. Think I'm still young, not I'm already old. 2. Compute how much productive time you have left. A 30-year-old has 80% ahead. A 50-year-old still has 40%. 3. Invest future time doing what you really want. Stop thinking I should have started years ago. That's failure thinking. Luck excusitis. My case is different. I attract bad luck. There is no such thing as true accident. Everything has a cause. Traffic engineers know 40,000 plus annual traffic accident deaths result from human or mechanical failure, not luck. Yet people constantly blame problems on bad luck and attribute others' success to good luck. 3 junior executives couldn't understand why George was promoted above them. They attributed it to luck, favoritism, or bootlicking. The truth, George was simply better qualified, doing better work, working harder, with more effective personality. A low-performing salesman enviously congratulated John on his large order. Well, John, you're lucky again. But John's luck consisted of months of working that customer, repeatedly talking to contacts, staying up nights figuring what they needed, getting engineers to make preliminary designs. His wasn't luck. It was carefully planned work patiently executed. Conquer luck excusitis in 2 ways. 1. Accept the law of cause and effect. Look beyond surface good luck. You'll find preparation, planning, and success-producing thinking preceded it. 2. Don't be a wishful thinker. Success doesn't come through luck. It comes through doing things and mastering principles that produce success. Chapter 3. Build confidence and destroy fear. Understanding fear and confidence. Most fear today is psychological. Worry, tension, embarrassment, panic stem from mismanaged negative imagination. Fear stops people from capitalizing on opportunities, wears down physical vitality, causes illness, shortens life. Critical truth. All confidence is acquired and developed. No one is born confident. Action cures fear. During World War II, Navy recruits who couldn't swim were required to learn. One exercise required jumping from a 6-foot board into 8 feet of water. Experts stood nearby. Recruits were terrified. Remarkably, men who were accidentally pushed off the board conquered their fear instantly. Their fear was defeated by taking one action, jumping into the water. Core principle. Action cures fear. Inaction fertilizes fear. An anxious executive feared losing his job. Sales in his department were down 7%, while company sales were up 6%. When asked what he was doing about it, he answered, "There's not much I can do but hope for the best." He was advised to take 2 kinds of action. First, immediately move sales figures upward through specific initiatives. Second, quietly let business contacts know he might consider offers if substantially better. 2 days later, he called back. He'd buckled down, making numerous changes. His salespeople caught his enthusiasm. Last week's sales were ahead of last year and better than store average. He'd also received job offers, which he turned down since everything was working well. When facing tough problems, we stay mired until take action. Hope is a start but needs action to win victories. Conquering fear of other people is common but conquerable by putting people in proper perspective. A business friend explained how he lost childhood shyness in the army. As a medic at an induction center, he examined hundreds daily. All those men looked so much alike, he recalled. Before induction, many had been executives, farmers, salesmen, or drifters. But at induction, all were alike. He discovered, people are alike in many more ways than different. The other fellow likes good food, misses family, wants to get ahead, has problems, just like me. 2 ways to put people in proper perspective. 1. Get a balanced view of the other fellow. Keep 2 points in mind. First, the other person is important. Every human being is. But second, you are important too. Think. We're just 2 important people discussing something of mutual interest and benefit. This mutually important attitude keeps situations balanced too. Develop an understanding attitude. A Memphis hotel clerk demonstrated this. When angst erupted over a room reservation, the clerk remained pleasant. "Let me check, sir. I'm sorry, your telegram specified single. I'd be happy to put you in double if available, but we don't have any." When the guest escalated, threatening to have the clerk fired, the clerk remained composed. Later, the clerk explained, "I can't really get mad at a fellow like that. He's not mad at me. I'm just the scapegoat. He may be in trouble with his wife or his business is off. I'm just the guy who gave him a chance to get something out of his system. Underneath, he's probably a very nice guy. Most folks are." Managing your memory bank for confidence. Much lack of self-confidence traces directly Thomas managed memory. Your brain operates like a bank. You make thought deposits daily, creating your memory. 2 things build confidence through efficient memory management. 1. Deposit only positive thoughts in your memory bank. Unsuccessful and successful people respond positively to unpleasant situations. Unsuccessful people dwell on negative events. Successful people don't give it another thought, specializing in placing positive thoughts in memory. A powerful plan: just before sleep, deposit good thoughts. Count your blessings. Recall good things to be grateful for. Recall good things you witnessed people doing. Recall your victories and accomplishments too. Withdraw only positive thoughts from your memory bank. Let unpleasant memories gradually shrivel and fade. Your mind wants you to forget the unpleasant. If you recuperate, unpleasant memories will cancel naturally. It's truly easy to forget unpleasant if you simply refuse to recall it. Withdraw only positive thoughts and others fade away. Thinking confidently by acting confidently. Psychologist Dr. George W. Crane noted, "Motions are precursors of emotions." You can't control emotions directly, but only through choice of motions and actions. We can change attitudes by changing physical actions. You feel more like smiling when you make yourself smile. You feel more superior standing tall than slouching. We can develop confidence through managed motions. 5 confidence-building exercises. 1. Be a front seater in meetings, churches, classrooms. Sit as close to front as you can. Back seats fill first. Sitting front builds confidence. There's nothing inconspicuous about success too. Practice making eye contact. Avoiding eye contact says, "I feel weak, I'm inferior to you, I'm afraid, or I feel guilty." Making eye contact. "I'm honest and above board, I believe what I'm telling you, I'm not afraid, I'm confident." 3. Walk 25% faster. Slovenly posture and sluggish walking link town pleasant self-attitudes. Beaten people shuffle, average people walk averagely. Confident people walk faster than average with a spring in their step. 4. Practice speaking up. In groups, many with keen perception freeze and fail to participate. Each time you fail to speak, you feel inadequate. But each time you speak, you add confidence. Make it a rule to speak at every open meeting you attend. 5. Smile big. Try to feel defeated while smiling big simultaneously. You can't. A big smile gives confidence. It beats fear, rolls away worry, defeats despondency. A real smile melts others' opposition instantly. Chapter 4. How to think big measuring your true size. One greatest human weakness is self-deprecation, selling oneself short. People catalog faults, shortcomings, and inadequacies while ignoring strengths. Exercise. Determine your 5 chief assets. Invite an objective friend to help. Examples of assets: education, experience, technical skills, appearance, well-adjusted family, attitudes, personality, initiative. Next, under each asset, write names of 3 successful people you know who don't have that asset or your degree. Upon completion, you'll find you outrank many successful people on at least one asset. Honest conclusion: you're bigger than you think. Principle: fit your thinking to your true size. Think as big as you really are. Never sell yourself short. The big thinker's vocabulary: words create mind pictures. Speaking or reading, theme and converts words into images. Each word creates slightly different pictures. Saying we've failed makes people see defeat. Saying here's a new approach I think will work makes them feel encouraged. Saying we face a problem pictures something difficult. Saying we face a challenge picture as something fun, a sport. Saying we incurred a big expense suggests money spent. Saying we made a big investment suggests future profits. Principle: big thinkers specialize in positive, forward-looking, optimistic pictures. To think big, use words producing big, positive mental images. Examples of transformation: it's no use we're whipped. Right arrow, we're not whipped yet. Let's keep trying. Here's a new angle. I failed once. Never again. Right arrow, I went broke, but it was my fault. I'm going to try again. People don't want our product. Right arrow, so far we haven't sold it. I know it's good and I'll find the formula that works. Competition's got all advantages. Right arrow, competition is strong but nobody has all advantages. Let's beat them. It won't work. Prove it. Right arrow, it will work. Let me prove it. 4 ways to develop big thinkers' vocabulary. 1. Use big, positive, cheerful words describing how you feel. When asked, "How are you?" respond with "just wonderful." Say you feel wonderful at every opportunity. You'll begin feeling wonderful and bigger too. 2. Use bright, favorable words describing others. Make it a rule to have a big, positive word for friends and associates. Avoid petty, cut-down language. 3. Use positive language encouraging others. Compliment people personally at every opportunity. Sincere praise is a success tool. 4. Use positive words outlining plans to others. When people hear good news, we face a genuine opportunity. Their minds sparkle. Promise victory and watch eyes light up, seeing potential. What can be, not just what is. Big thinkers train themselves to see potential, not just present reality. Case 1. Real estate value. A successful rural property realtor explained. Most rural property here is rundown. I'm successful because I don't try to sell the farm as it is. I develop sales plans around what the farm can be. He'd spent 2 full days on a 43-acre listing. The house was rundown, not farmed in 5 years. Had developed 3 possibilities: a riding stable, tree farm, and combination tree and poultry farm. Each plan was thoroughly written, showing viability and profit potential. When talking with prospects, he didn't convince them the farm was good as is. He helped them visualize the farm transformed into profit-making enterprise. Hustled the property at higher price than competitors because people pay more for acreage plus idea thanacreage alone. Moral: look at things not as they are but as they can. Visualization adds value to everything. Case 2. Customer lifetime value. A department store executive overheard a salesperson dismiss a customer as a $1.98 customer, not worth me time. She had research done. Average customers spent $362 yearly. One customer was worth 182 times the $1.98 single sale. She gathered supervisors and showed true customer value. Once staff saw customers as annual spenders rather than single sale values, service improved. Look at potential expenditures, not just today's purchase. Case 3. The blind milkman. A young milkman was told by one household they already had service. He talked to a neighbor who used 1 quart every 2 days, thinking not enough to make it worthwhile for me to stop. A friend pointed out the neighbor would have a new addition over there that will consume lots of milk soon. The milkman looked struck. How blind can a guy be? Today that 1 quart household buys 7 quarts every 2 days from that milkman. The first youngster has 2 brothers and 1 sister with another coming. See what can be. Not just what is. The power of not sweating the small stuff. Many potentially powerful people let petty, insignificant things block achievement. 1. Speech quality. Everyone wishes they could deliver first-class public speeches. But most don't become good speakers because they concentrate on trivial things. Standing straight, not using hands, perfect grammar. Top-sought speakers sometimes have petty defects, even unpleasant voices. But all have one thing in common: something to say and burning desire for others to hear it. Don't let concern with trivia keep you from speaking successfully. 2. Quarrels. Over 99% of quarrels start over petty, unimportant matters. John comes home tired, dinner displeased him, he complains. Joan's day wasn't perfect either. Away they go. Petty thinking causes arguments. Before complaining, ask yourself, is it really important? In most cases, it isn't. Avoiding conflict, you preserve a harmony. Chapter 5. How to think and creatively. The foundation. Believe it can be done. Creative thinking is simply finding new, improved ways to do anything. It's not reserved for inventors or artists. Step 1. Foundation. To do anything, we must first believe it can be done. Believing something is possible sets the mind in motion to find how to do it. An exercise illustrates this. Asking groups, is it possible to eliminate jails within 30 years? Causes bewilderment. After 10 minutes of proving we must save jails, the group is asked, can you try hard for a few minutes to believe we can eliminate jails? Joining the spirit, the group says, okay, but just 4 kicks. Then, assuming we can eliminate jails, how could we begin? Suggestions come slowly at first, then gain momentum. The group becomes enthusiastic. Cut down crime by establishing youth centers. Eliminate poverty. Most crime stems from poverty. Research to spot potential criminals before they commit crimes. Develop procedures curing some criminal types. Educate law enforcement in positive reform methods. Schwartz has tabulated 78 specific ideas that could help accomplish jail elimination. When you believe, your mind finds ways to do. Belief releases creative powers. Disbelief puts brakes on. Fighting traditional thinking. Traditional thinking paralyzes minds. It's been this way 100 years. Must be good. Must stay this way. Why risk change? Average people have historically resented progress. Many protested automobiles, airplanes, space exploration. Around 1900, a sales executive discovered a scientific principle. There is one best way to sell. Find it. Never deviate. Fortunately, new leadership saved the company from ruin. Contrast that with Crawford Greenwalt, DuPont president. There are many ways a good job can be done, as many ways as there are men to whom that task is given. Truth, there's no one best way to do anything. There are as many best ways as there are creative minds. 3 ways to fight traditional thinking. 1. Become receptive to ideas. Welcome new ideas. Destroy thought repellents. Won't work. Can't be done. It's useless. A successful insurance executive says he's the best sponge in his industry, soaking up good ideas from everywhere. 2. Be experimental. Break fixed routines. Expose yourself to new restaurants, books, theaters, friends. Take a different route to work. Do something new. 3. Be progressive, not regressive. Don't think we did it that way where I worked before, so we should do it here. Instead think, how can we do it better than we did where I worked before? The how can I do better attitude. A retail executive opened her 4th hardware store in 4 years with only $3,500 initial capital, remarkable given competition and time frame. When asked her secret, she said, working hard is part of it. But most people in my business work hard. Theme and thing is my self-styled weekly improvement program. Weekly improvement program. It's not elaborate, she explained. I've divided my job into 4 elements: customers, employees, merchandise, promotion. All week I make notes and ideas on how to improve. Every Monday evening, I set aside 4 hours reviewing ideas and figuring how to put solid one's house. I don't just wish more customers would chauffeur. Instead, I ask, what can I do to attract more customers? How can I develop loyal customers? She described numerous small innovations: merchandise arrangement, suggestion selling. Techniques, credit plans, contests boosting Slack season sales. My weekly improvement plan works by asking myself, how can I do a better job? I find the answers. It's rare that a Monday evening passes without ideas making profits look better, and I've learned something every successful business person should know. What's that? It isn't what you know when you start that matters. It's what you learn and put to use after opening your doors that counts most. I can do better philosophy works magic. Creative answers suggest themselves when asking, how can Edo better? Capacity is a state of mind. A couple was in an automobile accident. Mrs. S and children escaped serious injury, but Mr. S received permanent back disability. Mrs. S, who'd felt unable to work full-time with 2 school-aged children, household and meal preparation, now had no choice. Months later, her adjustment was impressive. You know, she said, 6 months ago I never dreamed I could manage house and full-time work. But I had to find the time. Believe me, my efficiency has gone up 100%. I discovered many things I was doing didn't need doing. The children could and wanted toe help. I found dozens of ways to conserve time. Lesson: capacity is a state of mind. How much we can do depends on how much we think we can do. When you really believe you can do more, your mind creatively shows how. The power of asking and listening. In hundreds of interviews with people at all levels, I've discovered. Bigger people monopolize listening, smaller people monopolize talking. Top-level leaders ask advice more than giving it. Before deciding, they ask, how do you feel? What do you recommend? What would you do? How does this sound? A leader is a decision-making machine. To manufacture anything, raw materials are needed. In reaching creative decisions, raw materials are ideas and suggestions of others. 3-stage program to strengthen creativity through asking and listening. 1. Encourage others to talk. Draw out people with little urges. Tell me about your experience. What do you think should be done? About encouraging others to talk wins double-barreled victory. Your mind soaks raw material for creative thought and you win friends too. Test your own views as questions. Let others help smooth and polish ideas. Use the "what do you think of this" suggestion approach. Don't be dogmatic. 3. Concentrate on what the other person says. Listening means letting what's said penetrate your mind. Often people pretend to listen while waiting their turn. Concentrate on what's said. Evaluate it. That's how you collect mind food. Harnessing and developing your ideas. Ideas are fruits of your thinking but must be harnessed and applied to have value. An oak tree produces enough acorns to populate a forest. Yet perhaps 1 or 2 acorns become trees, so it is with ideas. Very few bear fruit. Ideas are highly perishable. 3 ways to harness and develop ideas. 1. Don't let ideas escape. Write them down immediately. Every day good ideas are born only to die because not recorded. Memory is weak slave for preserving brand new ideas. Carry a notebook. Write ideas instantly. 2. Review your ideas regularly. File an active file, cabinet, desk, drawer, or shoe box. Build a file and examine your storehouse regularly. Some have no value, get rid of them. Keep promising ideas. 3. Cultivate and fertilize ideas. Make ideas grow. Think about them. Tie to relate ideas. Read anything akin to your idea. When time is right, put to work. Shape ideas on paper. 2 reasons. Tangible form lets you literally see it, see loopholes, see what's needed. 2nd, ideas must be sold. To customers, employees, boss, friends, investors. Resolve to put ideas in saleable form. Ideas written or pictured have many times more selling power than really presented ideas. Chapter 6. You are what you are the power of self-perception. Human behavior is puzzling. Why does one salesperson greet customers alertly while ignoring others? Why does one person open doors for certain women but not others? Why do employees carry out one superior's instructions readily but another's grudgingly? Observe around you. You'll see some people receiving "Hey, Mac" treatment while others receive "Yes, sir" respect. Those commanding confidence, loyalty, and admiration are also most successful. The explanation distills to one word: thinking. Others see in us what we see in ourselves. We receive a treatment we think we deserve. Critical truth. A fellow who thinks he's inferior regardless of real qualifications is inferior. Thinking regulates action. Feeling inferior, he acts that way. Novnir hides this long. To be important, we must think we're important. Really think so. Then others will too. Logic. How you think determines how you act. How you act determines how others react to you. Look important. It helps you think important. True. Your appearance talks. Be sure it says positive things. Never leave home without feeling certain you look like the kind of person you want to be. The most honest advertisement ever appearing was Dress Right. You can't afford not to. Sponsored by the American Institute of Men's and Boys' Wear. Remember, look important because it helps you think important. Use clothing as a tool to lift spirits and build confidence. A psychology professor advised students on last-minute exam preparation. Dress up for this important exam. Get a new tie. Have your suit pressed. Shine your shoes. Look sharp because it will help you think sharp. Your physical exterior affects your mental interior. How you look outside affects thinking and feeling inside. Appearance talks to you and to others. It determines what others think. People evaluate based on appearance first. It's the first basis others have. First impressions last disproportionately to formation time. Better packaging equals more public acceptance. Appearance definitely talks. Well-dressed appearance says positive things. Here is an important person, intelligent, prosperous, dependable. This person Cam looked up to, admired, trusted. He respects himself and I respect him. Shabby-looking appearance says negative things. Here is someone not doing well. Careless, inefficient, unimportant, just average, used to being pushed around. Many ask, I'm sold on appearance's importance, but how do I afford proper clothing? Simple answer, pay twice as much and buy half as many. Quality is far more important than quantity. When practicing this, both your respect for yourself and others respect zoom upward. You're actually ahead money-wise because 1. Garments last more than twice as long from being more than twice as good. 2. What you buy stays in style longer. Better clothing always does. 3. You'll get better advice. Merchants selling 200 suits are more interested in finding just right garment than merchants selling $100 suits. Remember, your appearance talks to you and others. Make certain it says. Here is a person with self-respect. He's important. Treat him that way. Chapter 7. Manage YOURENVIRONMENT. Geo first-class environmental influence on success. Your mind reflects what its environment feeds it. Environment shapes thinking, goals, attitudes. Personality. People think negatively from prolonged negative associations. They think big from companionship with big thinkers. Your environment will make or break you. 3 groups of people exist. 1. Those who surrendered completely, majority, rationalize mediocrity. 2. Those who surrendered partially, developed for after initial effort. 3. Those who never surrender, 2-3%, find life stimulating, reach the top. Avoiding negators. Negators are everywhere. Well-meaning or jealous people who poison your plans. They subtly or not saucily suggest you can't do something, won't succeed, or should abandon your efforts. When facing advice from negators asking, can you really do that? Remember, accept negative advice only as a challenge to prove that you can do it. One example, college friend WW became a negator years later, emphasizing why business ideas won't work and learning every pitfall and reason for failure. Meanwhile, his less educated high school friends became successful business owners because they focused on why ideas could work. Principle: change carpools, peer groups, associations if they drag you down. Seek advice from successful people. Seek advice from successful people, not failures. Consulting a failure is like consulting a quack unconcern. Successful people are usually the most accessible and humble. They're not afraid to help others because they know success principles work for anyone willing to apply them. Your off-the-job environment matters. A psychologist compared 2 men. John planned, varied, and had active weekends. Milton hadn't planned, boring weekends. Result: John's psychological sunshine on weekends prepared him for vigorous on-the-job performance. Milton's boredom carried over to work. Off-the-job environment directly affects on-the-job performance. Managing your social environment. 3 social environment do's. 1. Circulate in new groups. Different people offer different perspectives, ideas, and inspiration. 2. Select friends with different views. A Republican needs Democrat friends. A conservative needs liberal friends. Different viewpoints sharpen thinking. 3. Select friends who stand above petty things. Small-minded people pull you down with petty complaints and gossip. Eliminate thought poison. Gossip reduces thinking, warps views, creates guilt. When tempted to gossip, ask, is this true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If you can't answer yes to all three, don't say it. Go first class in everything. Quality always costs less long-term than cheaper alternatives. People rate you for quality. You can't afford to go any other way. When buying for yourself or business, choose quality over quantity. Premium products last longer, perform better, command more respect, and ultimately save money through longevity and effectiveness. Chapter 8. Make your attitudes while you are allies. Attitudes as mirrors of the mind. Attitudes are mirrors of the mind. People read your attitudes through expression and tone, not just words. When our attitude is right, our abilities reach maximum effectiveness. Prof. Irwin Shell. 3 attitudes to grow. 1. I'm activated. Enthusiasm. A bored history professor created a boring classroom. Students talked and slept. A different history professor taught with enthusiasm. Students listened intently, engaged, participated actively. An enthusiastic Red Cross captain raised donations from $94 to $1,100, and 1,100% increase, simply through enthusiasm. 3-step enthusiasm development. 1. Dig into it deeper. Learn more about what you're not enthusiastic about. Knowledge breeds interest, and interest breeds enthusiasm. 2. Lift it up. Energize your handshake, smile, thank yous, tone off voice. Physical energy triggers emotional energy. 3. Broadcast good news. Never broadcast bad news. Bring home sunshiny every day. Bad news travels fast. Good news needs your help too. You are important. The desire to be important is man's strongest non-biological hunger. A bus driver found that a regular passenger who made him feel important was always welcomed. The driver waited for him, treated him specially, remembered his name. An elevator operator received her first sensory compliment. She started greeting people by name, creating a friendly atmosphere. Helping others feel important helps you feel important too. 3 practices. 1. Practice appreciation. Let people know you notice and value them. Compliments cost nothing yet are invaluable too. Practice calling people by name. Use names correctly spelled, pronounced, with appropriate title. Names are music to people's ears. 3. Don't hog glory. Invest praise by passing it down to your team. Share credit generously. 3. Service first. The seed of money is service. Put service first. Money takes care of itself. Cincinnati gas station attendant cleaned inside off windshields without being asked. This small service created repeat customers. 1 customer made 8 repeat visits, purchasing gallons. Another example, a fellow demanded a raise for doing adequate work. His boss refused. He'd put money before service. The fellow who put service first, doing extra for customers without extra charge, was promoted with a substantial raise. Movie producer analogy. Service first producers make most profit. Those demanding payment for minimal service make the least. You don't harvest money unless you plant the seeds that grow money. The seed is service. Chapter 9. Think right toward people. Principle of success. Through people to succeed, you need support of other people. Your success depends largely on how you think toward people. Successful people have positive attitudes toward others. They've learned that thinking right toward people produces results. Make yourself lighter to lift. Nobody volunteers to help a complainer or cynic. Complaining repels people. Positive attitudes attract them. To succeed, make yourself likable. Be genuinely grateful. Express appreciation. Avoid constant complaints. Think only good thoughts about others. What you think about a person shows in how you treat them. If you think someone is lazy, your tone and treatment communicate it. That person senses it and responds negatively. Conversely, if you think someone is capable and valuable, your treatment communicates confidence. That person responds positively, often becoming what you believed. Practice conversation generosity. Bigger people monopolize listening. Smaller people monopolize talking. Others talk. Be a good listener. Ask about their interests. This wins friends and gains valuable insights. Don't be a conversation hog. Monopolizing talk makes you unlikable, even if what you say is brilliant. Chapter 10. Get the action habit. Action cures fear and hesitation. Don't wait until conditions are perfect. They never will. Action must come first. Activate ideas. An idea not acted on dies quickly. Action cures fear. Waiting enlarges it. Capitalize on the magic of now. Capitalize on the magic of now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Successful people act now. They don't wait for perfect conditions, complete information, or ideal circumstances. They start now and adjust as they go. Speak up every time you fail to speak up. You take a dose off confidence poison. In meetings, groups, and conversations, contribute. Your thoughts are worth sharing. Develop initiative. Do things without being told. Volunteer. Go beyond the job description. Initiative separates leaders from followers. Chapter 11. How to turn defeatinto. Victory. Defeat is a state of mind. Defeat is a state of mind. Only you can decide if you are defeated. Many people are defeated mentally while experiencing no real loss. They give up mentally before circumstances force them to give up materially. Salvage something from every setback. Ask, what can I learn from this? Use constructive self-criticism, not self-flagellation but honest diagnosis. Extract learning. Every great success requires passing through failures and setbacks. Each teaches valuable lessons. Use constructive self-criticism. When something goes wrong, ask, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? This approach helps you improve. Avoid destructive self-criticism like I'm stupid or I'll never succeed. Focus on specific behaviors you can change. Find the good side to every situation. Whip discouragement with optimism. Find silver linings in dark clouds. A setback is only a temporary tour, not a dead-end street. Persistence and experimentation equal success. Keep trying. Experiment with new approaches. What didn't work once might work with adjustment. Chapter 12. Use goals to help grow the power of written goals. Get a clear fix on where you want to go. Vague wishes produce vague results. Write down specifically where you want to be in 10 years. Written goals activate the mind toward accomplishment. They provide direction and motivation. Create a goal-setting plan. Write 10-year goals covering all life areas: career, family, financial, personal growth, health, community involvement. From 10-year goals, compute 5-year, 1-year, monthly, and weekly goals. Make them progressive and more specific. Set high but achievable goals. Review regularly. Adjust as needed. Avoid success murdering weapons. 5 weapons destroy success. 1. Self-deprecation. I don't deserve this. 2. Security seeking. I just want a safe job. 3. Competition with the average. I'm doing as well as most people. 4. Short-sightedness. I only plan for next month. 5. Surrounding yourself with negative people. Everyone tells me I'll fail. Avoid these weapons. They're silent but deadly. Goals multiply energy. People with definite goals work harder and feel more alive. Goals provide purpose, direction, and meaning. Invest in yourself. Devote 30 minutes daily to self-improvement, reading, planning, skill development. This investment compounds over time. Chapter 13. How to think like a leader. 4 rules of leadership. 1. Trade minds with people you want to influence. Genuinely see situations from their point of view. Ask, how would I feel in their position? What would I want if I were them? 2. Use the be human approach. Show genuine interest in people as people, not just as workers or customers. Remember names. Ask about families. Show you care. 3. Think progress. Believe in progress. Push for progress. Never be satisfied with status quo. Continually ask, how can we improve? What's better? Leaders drive progress. 4. Take time out to confer with yourself. Think alone. Plan, review your direction. Without time for thinking, leaders lose their way. Leaders develop others. Successful leaders invest in people. They ask, how can I help my people grow? What can I teach them? The best leaders create other leaders, not just followers. Leadership is learned. Leadership is not inherited or innate. It's learned through practice, study, and application of principles. Practice these principles for increasingly larger opportunities. Conclusion. Bringing it all together, the magic of thinking big is fundamentally simple yet profoundly powerful. Success is not luck, inheritance, or accident. It results from thinking, consciously managed, deliberately developed, and consistently applied thinking. Schwartz's core message: think bigger and you'll become bigger. Period. Each chapter provides tools and techniques you can immediately apply. These aren't theories. They're validated by thousands of successful people who have applied them to achieve extraordinary results. The book's revolution is this: the greatest obstacle to achievement is self-imposed limitation. By changing how you think, you change what you can accomplish. By thinking bigger, you open doors previously invisible, discover capabilities previously dormant, and attract opportunities previously unreachable. Your life's trajectory depends entirely on the size of your thinking. Small thinking leads to small results. Big thinking leads to big results. There's no middle ground, only the thinking you choose. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The responsibility is yours. Start today. Begin thinking bigger. Change your thinking and change your life. As Schwartz reminds us, life is too short to be little. Quick reference: 10 KEYPRINCIPLES 1. Belief generates power. Think you can succeed and you will too. Cure excusitis. Stop making excuses for why you can't succeed. 3. Action cures fear. Do it now. Confidence follows action. 4. Think big. The size of your success matches the size of your thinking. 5. Think creatively. Find better ways to do everything. 6. You are what you think others see in you. What do you see in yourself? 7. Manage your environment. Surround yourself with success-minded people. 8. Develop winning attitudes, enthusiasm, importance, and service. 9. Think right toward people. Your success depends on people's support. 10. Take action now. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They never come.